So these two are important things that you need to always remember throughout our learning. When we are every time discussing about our life processes, we need to remember these two things. Okay, now, and once you remember the difference, here solid, liquid and gaseous molecules, here water molecules will move, here solids or liquids or gaseous molecules will move. That difference you always remember, children, but every time from higher concentration to lower concentration. Right, now coming to the next aspect which you have to learn regarding solutions, and once I explain this to you, then we will go into our activities. Okay, children? Right. Let us see how many types of solutions are there. Hypotonic, hypertonic, isotonic. Let us see. Hypotonic solution is a solution which has less solute concentration. Less solute concentration. Hyper is more solute concentration. I am talking about solute, children. Less solute concentration, more solute concentration. It can be sugar or salt, which you can try it at home. And then isotonic is balanced. Balanced concentration. It is not more, it is not less. Like for this, I will give you some example. Like for example, you are eating a sweet. Mummy prepared some sweet with milk or something. Okay. Sometimes you will say there is a little less sugar in that. Then it means that you need more, means here it is hypotonic. Okay. Suppose in that you say that it's too sweet, too much sugar is there. Imagine it is hypertonic, more. It is exactly balanced, you love it. Then it is isotonic, balanced. Just keep that in mind like that. Like when you are having your milk also, suppose sometimes you have more sweetness, it is hyper. You have less sweetness, hypo. It is exactly normal for you to drink. Isotonic. Keep that in mind, right? Now we are going to understand about an activity. Now remember these types of solutions also, children. Now what you do is take 3 glass tumblers. 3 glass tumblers of same size. You will be having drinking water glass tumblers will be there, no? You take them, 3 of them you take of the same size. I hope I'll be able to draw exactly same size for you. Okay, even if it is not perfect, it is not imperfect also, I am happy. So 3 glass tumblers you have taken. Okay, now take 100 ml of water. Okay, let's imagine 100 ml of water in each. 100 ml of water. 100 ml of water. Now this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, now in this you put 1 spoon. In this you put half spoon sugar or salt. In this you put 1 spoon. In this you put 1.5 spoon. Now imagine, basing on the types of solutions which I gave you, which one will be hypo, which one will be hyper, which one will be iso. definitely this is having less, so it will be hypo. This will be iso. This will be hyper. Fine. Now when you taste this, this will be less sweet. This will be normal. This will be more sweet. Now can I convert this into this? Can I convert this solution like this solution? It is a question asked in your textbook. You think, for here in first case half teaspoon of sugar I added. In third case, for the same 100 ml, I added 1.5 teaspoon of sugar. Now can I make this concentration similar to that concentration? Yes. To convert that, what should I do? What is the concentration of sugar that I added here? 1.5. How much is here? Only half. So how much sugar should I add to make this one look like 3? Now I want to make 1 to taste like 3. So what should I do? In 3, what is there? 1.5 teaspoon is there. In 1, only half teaspoon is there. So to convert 1 into 3, then I have to use in 1 spoon of sugar to that half spoon. If I add, then it will look like 3, that is 1.5. Did you understand, children? To make the first solution like taste like the third solution, what should I do? I have to add 1 teaspoon of sugar in this, then 1.5. Both first solution and third solution will be the same. Now can I convert this third solution 3 to 1? Can I convert 3 to 1? Now this is easy. Add and solute, it is easy. Here what did I do? Just 1 teaspoon of sugar I added. I made it easy. Now can I remove? See, this is only half teaspoon of sugar. This is 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. Can I remove 1 spoon of sugar already which is dissolved in water? Can I remove sugar which is dissolved in water? Then what should I do? Even if I boil, I will be able to remove only the water, but I won't be able to remove the sugar. I need to bring this concentration to that concentration. This is so sweet. Now I have to bring it to this concentration. So what should I do? Now imagine, just imagine, children. I am going to write. Now in glass 1, 100 ml of water, 100 ml of water and half teaspoon of sugar is there. Okay. In 3, what is there? 100 ml of water plus 1.5 sugar is there. Now I have to bring this concentration to this concentration. So what should I do? Because I cannot remove sugar, I have to dilute it. Okay. That means how many times I have to dilute it? How many times can I make this into 1.5? 3 times. Okay. 3 times means already 100 ml is there. To this I have to add 200 ml of water. Then what will happen? That means it is like minus 1 teaspoon of sugar. What am I doing? When I am adding 200 ml of water, this sugar is getting diluted. The sugar is getting diluted. That means for 300 ml of water, imagine, for 100 ml of water, half spoon, 300 ml of water, 1.5 spoon. Both are same or not? Check here, children. For 100 ml of water, half teaspoon. For 300 ml of water, 1.5 teaspoon. Are the concentration now same or not? That means we can convert the hypertonic solution to hypotonic also. We can convert hypotonic to hypertonic. Then what is this that helps it to do? Now in the first case we added, I will write it here, children. To convert first case to third case, we added solute. We added solute. Okay. Now, in second case, third to 1, we had to add solvent. Then the concentrations will be same. I am not talking about change in volume. We are not discussing about the volume. We are only discussing about the concentration. Now, if we can convert this to hyper and hyper to hypo. When we want to convert hyper to hypo, add solvent. When we want to convert hypo to hyper, add solute. Okay. Now, coming to third one, if you want to convert this concentration to 2, again add solute. Add solvent. If you want to convert 1 to 2, add solute. How much solute you have to add? You have to add half teaspoon. Okay. How much solvent you have to add? 100 ml you have to add. Did you understand, children? That means the concentrations can be interchangeable. You can keep changing the concentrations, children. Now you do it at home and try and check. If you can't say like you don't have a measuring jar at home, of course most of our houses we don't have measuring jars. Take just small glass, tea glass or tea cup or something you take, and then using that as a measuring cup or jar, you do the experiment. You will really enjoy doing that. Okay, children. Now with this, now another experiment they have mentioned in your textbook, that is with the help of raisins. Okay, let us see that. I hope you understood this, children. Now coming to the experiment. Here we are going to learn about osmosis. How osmosis takes place, we are going to learn that. Now what you do is, till here you read and try to understand. In our next session, I will explain to you about how osmosis takes place and how you can easily understand it by doing small activity at home with the things which are available at home. Okay, children, with that, I'll say bye now.